Hello, everyone. So, can you confirm in the chats, the ones who are active right now, that if I'm audible to you all? Like someone can mention it in the chats itself. Um, yes, okay. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the another session of Progate On Air today. So, Progate On Air are live sessions for you all, where we bring experts from the tech industry who are professionals in the field of any field which they are working in, and they would like to share their experience with you and also answer to some of your questions regarding that particular subject. So, yes, today we have a speaker with us, and he will be sharing about impact of student developer communities. So let me drive you through about myself and Progate first, so that you all can know about the same. So my name is Ankita. I have been hosting Progate on Air sessions for you all so long, and I'm the India Community Manager at Progate currently. And I myself is a computer major science graduate. I graduated in 2018. And currently I'm helping the Progate community to grow in India by doing various community activities. So besides Progate on Air, we are doing a lot of activities in India, which includes learning jams, learning weekends, code with Ken, and a lot more activities for the students like you in the for you to take your first steps towards programming. So I would like to welcome you all again, the ones who are joining now. So, before we start and I introduce you to the speaker of today, for the ones who are new to Progate, let me introduce you about Progate first. So, Progate is an online coding education platform for absolute beginners. So, Progate was started by the CEO of Progate for beginners. So, he wanted to help the students to take their first steps towards programming, because we saw that many students are struggling with books and many students are struggling with videos. So in videos, when we see long videos, whenever we see the video, we have to switch in between the text editor and video. But with Progate, you have inbuilt code editor, so you can learn and code at the same time. So for the ones who have not experienced Progate till now, you can definitely go to progate.com and have an experience of the platform. The first lesson of all the languages is absolutely free for you all to try. So the vision, why Progate was started with the vision. What vision was there for the founders was to empower everyone to open new doors through programming. So they wanted to reach out to all the students who actually face problem while learning something, who are struggling to learning to code, so that they can help them and they can empower them to the gate of programming, and they can help them take their first steps. So, the same way, the mission of Progate is to be the gate to the exciting world of programming. Like I mentioned in almost all my sessions, and I would like to repeat that again, that it happens that whenever we are in first year, I remember when I was in my first year, I was very much confused which language I should choose and what should I learn. Because in my first semester, I had learned C++, second sem Java, third sem Python. But there are so many languages we all of know, but which language should we start with? That is what Progate aims for, that becoming the gate for you all to become to the exciting world of programming, to help you select your first language, and also the becoming the path to become an independent coder. So after you choose your first language, imagine if you have taken HTML CSS as your first language, then after what after HTML, what language you should learn, that is CSS or JavaScript or React or Java, you don't know, right? So you need a path to help you with that. So in college days, we used to like, in maybe you might be also doing the same, that you might be asking your seniors or your pass out seniors who are in good companies that what path I should follow, right? And after that, when you skill up, you don't know that how you should implement your knowledge. So that is very much required for a beginner to get the gate, and also the path how he or she can become an independent coder. So that is the mission of Progate, that we want to help you with the same. And we are working on that through our mentorship program at Progate. So if anyone of you would like to know about mentorship program, you can definitely let us know on the chats and I can reach out to you later. So yeah, that was all today about Progate and me. So now I would like to introduce you to our speaker of today, and I would like to welcome Meet Shah. So he's handling a community at TechWorks. So he's a community manager over there, and currently he is a final year CSE student at PESU. So he is a very I actually personally met him in one of the community events. So I saw him being very community. Many less students are very enthusiastic towards community and are giving back to the community after learning from the community. So yes, he is one of them who is experienced for more than 2 years. In his college days only, he is having a lot of experience in building and growing the student developer communities. So today he is there to help you out with taking, if you are someone who is struggling to start a community, you have some idea in your mind, but you are struggling a lot how to start with, where to start with. So he has some ideas for you. He can share his experience with you, and maybe you can get some ideas. And towards the end of the session, maybe you can ask some questions from him through the YouTube live chat, and he can answer them. So yeah, welcome, Meet.
Thank you so much. Means a lot. Uh, so yeah, thank you. Thank you. That was a great introduction from your end. Yeah, so I'm a final year undergrad student, and I'm a community evangelist. I'll always say community evangelist because I love talking about communities. So if you're up for a coffee to talk about tech product or communities, I'm always there. So yeah, I have a couple of stuff lined up for you guys. I'll just share my screen and yeah, let's do that. Give me 1 second. Okay. Ankita, can you confirm whether my screen is visible?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about impact of student developer communities. So yeah, as my bio said, I'm a part of, I handle community at TechWorks, DSC, ACM, and yeah, I was also a mentor at MLS Summer League 2020. So you must be thinking, what is is TechWorks a company, or is what is DSC or other stuff? I'll say they're all community organizations, and I used to handle community and developer relations there. I like boasting around it, and I like taking community that seriously. That I always say that I'm a community guy at PESU ECC. I like talking about my peers with them, and yeah, I will start. So the community story today. So that's basically agendas for today's session. So this is how we're gonna go. So first of all, before I tell you the impact about student developer communities, you should know what is a student developer community, right? And then we'll move to why student developer communities. Like, why should I join a community, or why should I build one, right? And then why should I join a technical club / society? So to give you a brief, TechWatch is a club. For PS students, it's a club. For me, it's a community. So yeah, then you must be thinking that what's the difference between a college club and a community? So yeah, we'll be talking about that as well. We'll break out all the myths about what is the difference between a college club and a community. What is the difference between an Instagram brand page and a community? All of that stuff. And then after you know what is a student developer community, why student developer community, how do I start a developer community? That's very important. How do you build a developer community? How do you sustain a developer community? We'll be talking about that. And yeah, last is my favorite topic. That's how do I start my DevRel journey as a student? I'm still a student. I don't work professionally for any company as a developer relation manager or a community manager. But yes, I take all of this communities very seriously, and I do aspire to become a community evangelist in future, or a developer evangelist in future. So yeah, and then last but not the least, let's catch up for some Q&A, and we'll move to e-networking sessions. The favorite part about all of this is the networking sessions. I met Ankita after Paras completed. Paras Punder is a co-founder at Community Folks and program manager at Microsoft. So we met at Community Folks' meetup, and he explained the agenda, and we finished off the main agenda stuff. And then after that comes the main part. That's like the networking session where the collaboration begins, where I learn from the best. I learn from Ankita, I learn from Yashraj, from Progate. They're like, used to be like, the super community guides for me. And even my partner Dhruv, we're like, oh wow, I want to be like them. I want to help more developers. And that's where I met Ankita, I met Yashraj, I met Paras in that networking session. So yeah, that e-networking session is going to be super, super duper good. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good time today. So let's begin. So yeah, before I talk about what is a developer community or what is the student developer communities, I'll just tell you why communities. Well, what Google says about community is like, it's a group of people who wants to help other people and stuff like that. But what I consider community is that, okay, we're like-minded people coming together to work good for the society, right? So why communities? Why should we have communities? So these are three major tech giants. If I say, I'll call them tech giants because they're doing super duper good in the tech industry: Major League Hacking, LinkedIn, and GitHub. So talking about first is LinkedIn, because yeah, placement season going on. So we are all up on the LinkedIn. We're all searching for jobs and all of that stuff. What is LinkedIn? LinkedIn is a professional community. It's a community for professionals. It's like where you meet new people, where you meet professionals, where you meet where you go for where job seekers go for job hunts, and where and the employers go searching around the potential candidate for the company. So it is a community of professional people. That's what LinkedIn is. So LinkedIn started as a community, and then now they're a tech giant. Same goes with GitHub. What is GitHub? GitHub is a developer community. Now, being a developer myself, GitHub is like it's like it's like a soul of a body for any developer, because a small push, a small commit, everything is important, right? It may be a small hello world project, or it may be a prototype that you're working for a company, but anything, GitHub is very important. GitHub, Git version control. So how did GitHub start? GitHub started as a developer community. And so these are the third one is Major League Hacking. So if you're a student, or if you're a computer science student, hackathons are like amazing, right? And they are a hackathon giant here. And Major League Hacking was a hacking community. They were a community who are hackathon enthusiasts. And that's how I got into I started reading about MLH, and then I became an MLH mentor at MLH Summer League. And I used to mentor students during the whole summer at hackathons that used to happen in the weekends. So that community environment used to happen all on virtually because of COVID. Yeah. So Discord, we used to mentor students and participants, and I had a great summer with MLH this time. So if we talk about why communities, these are all communities. They started as communities, and now they basically monetize, and they basically became a tech giant. So I'll say you get a sense about what communities is. Even Mark Zuckerberg calls himself a community builder now. Yeah. And Microsoft buying LinkedIn, GitHub, they're all community driven now. So yeah, this is going to be the future for sure. So yeah, what is a student developer community? So as I mentioned, what is a community? Group of like-minded people coming together. Yeah, what is a student developer community? Group of like-minded students coming together to help society become a better place through the means of technology, or are all technology enthusiasts. So as you see here, this is some of the snippets from my community work at my college. So on the so this is like we wanted to start TechWards, and we were discussing why TechWards, and we decided that we are all technology people. We love developers. We love developing new stuff. So yeah, let's all gather and make a house of tech. TechWards is basically derived from Hogwarts. People call it funny, but yeah, it's derived from Hogwarts, that's house of Harry Potter, and House of Magic, and this we call it as TechWards. It's a house of tech. So what is a student developer community? It's basically a group of like-minded students coming together to work on. It may be to work on a project, to work on to help other developers, to conduct sessions, to workshops, anything that you do to help other developers or help your fellow people, and contribute back into the community. That's what I would call a student developer community. So it's like even if you are a student developer community, can be a community of 3 people, where it's like you're just 3 people who are helping other people, or it may be a community of 20 lakh people. Stack Overflow is also a community, right? Even Cackle is a community. So those are communities. And when I talk about student developer communities, is all student developers coming together to work on like-minded projects, conducting hackathons, helping other peers. That is all student developers. And so as a college student myself, I have been a student developer community manager. I would always call myself that. So yeah, group of like-minded students coming together to help society become a better place. See, there's always a question that what if I'm not a developer, but I love helping people. Then too, you can, if you love technology and you want to help other developers, yes, you can join a student developer community. It's not like that you need to code. See, it's like there's one engineer and then other people are all who builds the product, and then the other people are all the people who evangelizes the product, the develops the product, manages the product, sells the product. So this, you can be on the other four teams as well. So it's like group of, it's just you should share the same vision, and you should always know the cause of why you are a part of that community. Like if you're a part of a data science club at any college, I'll again come to the fact that what's the difference between a club and a college. But yeah, if you're a part of any data science community, let's suppose Kaggle, if you're on Kaggle, you're also Kaggle member, you're also a data science community member, right? So what Kaggle shares a vision is that we are all data science enthusiasts coming here to learn about data science and become experts in that. Yeah. So that's how it is. So group of like-minded students coming together, it may be any vision, any cause, coming together to help society become a better place and eventually give it back to the community. I hope you're clear with student developer communities. Now, why student developer communities? Like, it's like, see, Progate is a wonderful platform, and their learning jams, their Progate on Air sessions, they're so helpful, to be honest. I was also part of Webathon. I was also part of their Hour of Code, and it's fascinating. It's like they're doing so much community work there. And see, it may be conducting a small workshop, it may be brainstorming sessions, it may be doing Hour of Code jams at different cities like Indore, Bangalore, and anything. But it's like, what do you gain as a part of being that community is, first of all, you learn the tech stack. Like if Progate conducts a full stack web developer track workshop in Bangalore, let's say. So if you attend that meetup, right? If you attend that community meetup or a community event, so what are you going to do? You're going to learn the tech skills. You're going to also meet your fellow developers. So I'm a web developer and I get a chance to meet another web developer. So we both share the same mindset there. I would, if I'm using Vue.js, he's using React.js, I can have a discussion. Okay, why Vue is better, why React is better, and then maybe next time I can try React, or next time he can try Vue. So those type of exciting collaborations happen at community meetups. And being a part of student developer communities, it's like you, at an age of 19, 20, to be honest, we want to try out everything, right? So community provides us this platform. It gives us that platform that, yeah, okay, I meet a fellow student who's of my age, I can share a vision with him. And if we both can collaborate on something, like I met Akshay, who's a co-founder at Merge, at a community meetup. He's in his 4th year right now, and he's founded his own company through communities. And everyone focuses on communities, and I love that network there. So, student developer communities can helps you to have that peer-to-peer learning. Like if I know a concept, it's like every exam before you go to your friend and you're like, meko padha de. So it's one-to-one, right? Here it's many-to-one or many-to-many relationship. So it provides us peer-to-peer learning, sharing and gaining knowledge. Yes, of course, you're going to share your knowledge. If right now I'll say I have a bit of knowledge about community, so I'm sharing that knowledge. So I'm giving it back to the community. And you guys, if you're listening to me, you guys are gaining knowledge, and probably I would hope that in future you would help that share knowledge, So yeah, you're sharing and gaining knowledge. Be a mentee and a mentor at the same time. So yeah, I was a mentor at MLH Summer League this time for helping participants with hackathon stuff. Last year I participated in a major league hackathon. So I was a mentee there. I was a student there, right? So that's how the transition comes up. You get a chance to become a participant. You get a chance to become a mentee. You get a chance to become a mentor. You get a chance to learn knowledge, gain knowledge, and even share out that knowledge. And so student developer communities provides that platform to students. Brainstorming discussions. Yeah, of course. Like, Mark Zuckerberg, I don't know, he founded it early, but yeah, if he would have had a partner now, he would have had his pros and cons and, a better product. So like, I have my partner Drew, who like we both have started almost all the communities together. We work together. So, those set of community people I can brainstorm discussions with. I can discuss a technology. Like for example, we can have brainstorming debates on why React is better or Vue is better, or I can even have a discussion on what next, what should I learn now, career discussion, career guidance, meeting new people, making great friends. Yeah, brainstorming discussions. You get to learn a lot, to be honest. The whole community concept I've learned only from this brainstorming discussions that I used to get when I used to attend those community meetups in Bangalore, or even virtually now. I met Ankita at a meetup. I met Yashraj at a meetup. I met Paras at a meetup. I met Arko Dyuti Saha, the dev at Microsoft at a meetup. And I also just listen to them, what they're talking about. And then I also catch all of that. Okay, this is the guy who has an experience. I should talk to him. I should talk to her. Okay, we both are in the ad tech frame. I should go and talk to her. And then I used to gain a lot of guidance. And then, I used to gain those guidance. And and now it come and get a chance to share it back to your fellow mates. That's how it works, right? So brainstorming discussions, very worthy. There's the discussions you get to learn a lot of stuff. And then network and collaborate with like-minded people. Like I said, right, that you get to meet people who share the same vision as you. Like, for example, if I and you are a part of same community who has a particular cause, for example, I'm a part of community folks and even Ankita is a part of community folks. So we both are community builders, and we both are part of a community, an organization that helps nurture community managers. So we both get to learn, we both have a like-minded thing with respect to communities, right? So that's how you get to network a lot. I learn a lot from them, and then basically you give it back. So you get a chance to collaborate. Like, for example, Progate was a learning partner for one of our community events. Like, for example, they were a learning partner for DSC PSU's DSC PSU ECC's one of the hackathon that we conducted, a 12-hour hacks web developer track hack that we used to call that. So that collaborations with brands, that collaborations with people like them who are working in the tech giants or in any industry. As a student, it's very important, to be honest. As a student, if I get to gain industrial experience, get to talk to those people who are from the industry and get to know about that industry, it's super fascinating, right? That he already knows how IT works, or he already has a brief idea about how developer community industry works. And to be honest, it's really important to know about all of that stuff. Your network is a net worth, as they say, right? So you get to build and collaborate with such kind of people. So being a student, getting a chance to gain knowledge, share knowledge, getting a platform to try out new stuff, getting a platform to brainstorm with people from the leaders of industry, getting a platform to network and collaborate with companies like Progate. It's super amazing, right? It's super amazing, and that's why student developer communities. So the snippets that you see, they're from Progate learning jams and brainstorming discussions. They had a web developer track, and the first one is from Indore. The second one is I guess from R of Code that they conduct in schools to basically help school students as well. So you get to know there, you go a chance, you get to do that community contribution back there, and you get to as just being a student when you're like I just saw they Progate now hires community interns as well, and like a couple of people I know them because they're MSFT ambassadors and stuff. I have to talk to them and be like, okay, he's in a second year and he's a community intern at Progate. And if you see Progate, they have a lot of programs, mentorship programs, as Ankita mentioned. They have other stuff as well, like learning jams, Progate On Air sessions. So to manage all of that stuff, to get to know how the whole industry of Progate or how the whole thing works, it's super fascinating. It's only learning and learning and learning, and we are all here to learn, right? Being a student, what if you get a chance to network and be among them in your second year or first year? That's like key unlock for me, and I'm lucky to be collaborating with such type of companies and collaborating and getting a chance to attend their meetups since my second year, like since back then 2018 July or August. From there I've been attending community meetups and collaborations, and I'm, to be honest, very grateful for all of that is given to me by communities. To be honest, I haven't given back 1% of what I've gained from them. So that's super fascinating. So why student developer communities? Peer-to-peer learning, sharing, gaining knowledge, being a mentee and a mentor at the same time, getting to talk at various, express out your opinions, brainstorming discussions, networking and collaborating with like-minded people. It's like a pool of resources, to be honest. Being a student, it's like, sabhi utha lo type of things. So I hope that now you know why and what student developer communities and stuff like that. Even there are a lot of programs as well for student developers, like GitHub Campus Experts, Microsoft Student Partners, Developer Student Clubs. Even Progate does Progate community members and volunteering, Progate community influencers. Then we have AWS Cloud AWS Student Ambassador kind of a thing. I don't remember exactly. So there are pools and pools of resources and companies now focusing on student developers, because GitHub or LinkedIn, then most of if I say GitHub ka more than 50, I guess 25 to 30% is our student developers. LinkedIn, they're all college 1 to 4 years. People are on LinkedIn. People are searching for jobs as freshers or anything. Yeah. So everyone's target are student developers. So you get a chance to be that leader among the student community, and get a chance to collaborate with such tech giants. So yeah, that's why we are a pool of area where companies are investing, and yeah, if you get a chance to be a part of those communities, you're gonna learn a lot, to be honest. Okay, now here comes the next question. Why technical clubs and societies? So why should I be a part of community? Why should I be a part of just a normal technical club at college? Why should I join ACM? Why should I join IEEE? Why should I join any other DSC? Or why is it just a waste of time? There, it's all hierarchical. See, upar walo ko milta and stuff. I've listened all of that stuff, And to be honest, I'll just give you what my experience has been like. TechWatch, we started as a club. I call it as a community, and I'll explain in the next slide why I call it as a community. ACM, we started as a chapter. DSC, I was a part of the founding team. So what they have given me is, the first thing is I was very poor when I used to talk. That I used to never open out my opinions in the fear that, okay, what if they feel bad about it? But this being a part of such technical clubs and societies has given me a platform to, talk about what I think, to voice out my opinions, to tell ki, this is what I feel. Let's discuss about where we can come to a mutual conclusion. Yeah. So why technical clubs and societies is, you explore your hidden talent. Like back then, 2 or 3 days back, we were organizing a hackathon named Ingenious Hack. And so we wanted a speaker who could teach or take a webinar on connecting front end to back end using Axios. Now, I knew a person, I'll not name the person here, but yeah, he's very great at it. But it's just that he was like, what if I fail? I'm like, this is the platform. If you, it's okay if you fail, but it's like, you'll get to know how it feels being on a live webinar, conducting webinars. You'll at least open up, right? So the technical clubs and chapters provide you that platform to open up. Because like I used to always get this advice from many people that jo try karna hai college mein kar lo, because being a student you have the liberty to fail. But being in a professional industry, if you fail there are consequences, right? Pay cut le lo, or you get lay off or something like that. But being a student you have that advantage that you can try out everything. Like I've tried out being a part of a cultural club as well. I love doing Garba, so I'm a part of that cultural club doing Garba as well, and I've been a part of this technical clubs as well. And I have tried out everything, like from public speaking to backend to making websites to do everything that I wanted to try, because now is a chance for me to try out stuff. After when I entered the industry, it's the protocols, the rules, but technical clubs and societies explore your hidden talent. Like I didn't know back then that I was ever interested in communities. I was never a part of any clubs in my school, never. But here I got a chance to know because of TechWatch, because of all the technical clubs I started or I was a part of. That okay, this is something I love talking about people. I love being with people. So yeah, exploring my hidden talent, experience and trying out new stuff. Yes, I get a chance to, like, every day is a new experience, to be honest. It's like building. Paras Pundan in his recent podcast, he told that building a community is like building a product. You get to learn a lot, and when you try to build a product, there are 1,000 things that you learn every day. Like it may be failure, it may be the engagement not happening, it may be the reach not happening, it may be the webinar failed, it may be the workshop didn't happen properly, XYZ. But you get to learn a lot. It is always a takeaway at the end. And yeah, as I say, it's never failure, but always learning. Being a student developer, it's an advantage because it's never failure. It's always about learning. It's always about, okay, it didn't go well. My project didn't happen at the time. Next time I'll make sure I'll put a later deadline, or I'll try to learn new stuff, or I'll try to optimize my code. So all of that stuff, it's always the learning thing, being a student developer. So, and you get to know all of that stuff when it's being reviewed by your peers, right? And it's like constructive criticism rather than being like, "Ha, isko nahi aata." Like, right? That's bad. But when you get constructive criticism, like hey, Meet, this is not looking good. You should either optimize your code or you should try out a different approach. That's constructive criticism. You get to learn a feedback. You got a feedback. You got to work on that feedback and make it a better product and stuff like that. So it's always about learning new stuff. It's always about optimizing new stuff. and it's never failure, to be honest. When being a student developer, we have the advantage that it's never failure. It's always about learning. Okay, I failed, I'll again do something new. I'll keep learning. That's the biggest thing and biggest advantage being a student developer can have. And technical clubs and societies provide a platform to to take it from this level to this level, kind of a concept. Personality development and communication skills, very important. If you cannot express what you know, it's like 50% tomorrow udhar hi kat jata. Like it's like 50% it's gone. You lose it there itself. So personality development, talking to more people, it enables you to have that feature unlock. Okay, okay, I can now talk to people. I have that personality. Personal branding is very important nowadays, and being a part of the technical clubs and societies, it helps you, because you're not only branding the club, you're also branding yourself as well, or you're also talking about yourself as well, because you're the face of the club. Like you are the face of the club. If I'm a part of DSC, and in people back then, they're not gonna see the DSC is not a person, right? DSC is me. DSC is every core team member. DSC is every DSC member, right? So that's what that personality development and communication skills helps you gain. You learn a lot, because you're going to talk to different type of people when you are a part of technical clubs and societies. You're going to upskill your technical skills for sure being a part of that, because you're going to do more projects, more research, and you're also going to work on those websites that you're going to build for those clubs. You're going to go focus on those project mailas that happen and stuff like that. So you're going to upskill your technical skills. Professionalism, yes, because like for example, when I approached Yashraj, I was very informal, to be honest, when I was in my second year, when I was starting off for an event. But after 1 year, I know that okay, corporate relations I have to manage. I should know how to talk to people. I should know how to talk to startups. I should know how to talk to the community managers or the DevRel people for any sponsorship kind of a thing. So that professionalism, that okay, I cannot send a mail at 1 a.m. the night, or I should not write hello. I should be very formal when it comes to the starting mail. All of that stuff you get to experience here. Like I know you're going to learn it at a GRE class, or you're going to learn it at an English class in your college, but the platform the technical club and society gives you is you're gonna implement all of that stuff. You're gonna implement professionalism. You're gonna actually meet corporate people. You're gonna actually handle corporate relations for a society. Yeah. So that's what professionalism, technical clubs and societies give you. And like ACM has office barriers, so it's similar to like you're working for an organization. So you get to feel that industrial experience kind of a thing. But again, it's an industrial experience. But again, at last, it's a community. So yeah. And last but not the least, you can make friends who you can work and chill at the same time. Like, it's like I remember when I was inaugurating ACM, like we were inaugurating ACM. The photo that you see is our head of department, Dr. Sandesh, and we inaugurated it, and then we were like, let's go to Meghna's. We've done a good amount of stuff. So we went to Meghna's and had biryani. So we worked 4 hours, 4 days straight for this event, and then after that work got over, we're like, okay, now it's a time to relax a bit and enjoy that we've done something in life, or we've done something for ACM. So and then we went out for then we went on for at lunch for lunch at Meghna. So that kind of stuff happens, and you make really good friends, and as they say that if you can, your vibe attracts your tribe kind of a thing, right? So yeah, you can actually talk about work, you can actually talk about careers as well, and you can actually talk about your personal life as well with them. So that's the advantage you get at club, being a part of this clubs and societies as well. Yeah. So now comes, is a college club a community? Is a college chapter a community? Is a college society a community? So I'll just give you a brief liner, okay? If you're a club head, nah. But if you're a community manager, yes. Like if you would have seen my intro, I always say that I work as community at TechWatts, ACM, and DSC. I do not say that I work as a founding board member at ACM, or I work as a co-founder at TechWatts, or I work as a DSC core team member. No, I'm a community guy at all of these people, because I'm handling communities, right? So now what's the difference between a college club and a community? So I was listening to this podcast by Paras, and what he mentioned was he runs this page named Vizamba, and it's an Instagram page with 67,000 followers, I guess. So he just tells that, it's not a brand page, it's a community. Why? Because he talks to those people personally, and he makes those people also talk amongst themselves. That was a major click for me as well. So what I do at a college club is it's not a hierarchy. It's not a hierarchy, to be honest. It's like everyone is like there's a community manager who manages those meetups and stuff like that. Consider it me as of now. So I'm a community manager at all of this thing, and and the rest is similar to how a community works. You can collaborate, you can network, you can meet up and stuff like that. So now this photo that you see is from, it's Microsoft Reactor Bangalore. So there's only one Microsoft Reactor in India, and that's Bangalore, and Paras is a program manager there. So now Microsoft Reactor is a community initiative. So he considers Microsoft Reactor as a community and not an organization, where we always say that, Microsoft or kuch bhi hota, it's an organization or it's a company. No, it's a community. It's a community initiative, and he's managing the community, Microsoft Reactor community for India. So that's the similar thing with clubs as well. You will eventually get it. Like, for example, if my member, if a club member, or if any XYZ member wants to join a community, he'll not get scared ki haan, ye kya bolega and stuff like that. He'll just go there, talk about ki this is what my cause is, this is what my interest is. Does your community do that? So for example, if any developer or if any technology enthusiast comes to any TechWatch member and asks, can I join TechWatch? I am this. So if their cause matches with the vision of TechWatch, yeah, he can, of course, right? There's nothing like ye hoga, ye hoga, ye hoga text, right? So if your college club has that community environment, has that enrichment of giving it back to the community, providing that community initiative environment, and not be like, I'm a head, I'm a chair, I'm a vice chair. No. Then if you have that organizational structure, then I would not consider it as a community. It's an organization. You can call it as a society, you can call it as a club. But if your members or if your members feel free to talk to you, you get that, they're taking initiatives by themselves, and they're doing it, and they're basically branding themselves as the face of the club or anything like that. It's a community. If your members are talking among themselves, if you are talking to your people, it's the same environment in that triangle, then yes, it is a community, right? So if you boast around that you're a club head, or if there's never, I always remember this thing, that I'll never say that I was a co-founder of TechWords. I'll never say that I was a founding board member at ASIM. I will just be said I'm a community manager at all of this people. Why? Because I'm managing those communities. I love talking about it. My people talk about themselves. They feel free to do what, again, as per guidelines, but yeah, they feel free to talk about it, learn from there, take it back something, and eventually give it back. So if you're gaining something and then giving it back, it's a community. Don't worry about anything else. But club head, nah. Community manager, yes. So I hope you now have a sense about, is a college club a community? So yes, if it's a community driven environment, if it's not this posting of club heads and stuff, because being a college student, I know, like, you want to put up in this resume that I was a head at this, or I was a vice chair at this, then it's a club head. Keep clubs separately. But community is community. It's like there's no this kind of a thing. You just say, I manage or I help out people. Community is what you do it socially. You do it from inside, right? It's always like you get to gain a lot, but officially it's like you cannot say that, okay, I'm gaining officially something or something like that. It's more of a concept where that you're saying, okay, I gained from it, I gained knowledge and everything, and I'm giving it back to the community. Simple. It's a community initiative that happens everywhere in the world. Similar to that, if you are having that feeling as a college club, boom, you're a community. Else, keep it as a club or a society. That's also not a problem, right? So yeah, I hope your question about is a college club a community clear now? Yeah. So yeah, now I'll be like, I know what is a student developer community. I know why student developer community. I know the importance of technical clubs. I know a difference between a club and a community. So how do I build one? So I'll just say, first decide a cause. Why do you want to build it? Just don't build it because for the sake of building it, right? Because to sustain it, it's very difficult. So decide a cause. Like when I started back TechWords in my college, we didn't have a technical community environment kind of a thing. So even if it was there, I didn't like that. So me and my partner Dhruv and with other 8 people, all of that, the selfie that you see, that cringe selfie that you see on the screen. Yeah. So we all gathered and we discussed, okay, this is why we need it. And this is how we started it. So we started on 12th of October, 2018. We did our orientation session that, okay, we're gonna have a technical community where we have this 4 major forums. That's machine learning forum, watch AR, VR, and competitive coding and mobile computing. Yeah, Android. So back then we did that. We decided a cause. Then we built it. We built online. Your communication channel can be any WhatsApp, Slack, Discord, Instagram. It can be a communication channel can be any. So you first take out a course, find out people who you actually can vibe out with it, or who are not here for the just name of skin naam ke liye kar rahe. Because being a student developer, it's very hard to find community people, to be honest, because everyone wants to be a part of any club or a society or a community just to be, name it in the resume. Don't like, it's always said it's okay that if you do it for something, to gain something, it's okay, but then they should have that feeling of giving it back. If they have that, then take them and vibe it around, discuss it, that okay, why do we need it, and then build one. After building one, it's not like it's over. It's like you have to sustain it. So we started with 10 members, and then now we are 600 plus people in PS. If I talk about TechWatch, if I talk about DSC, it's again 550 people plus, and it's similar with ACM as well. So you have to decide a cause for it, and I'll always say that I drive community at these three places, but it's three different stuff, to be honest. It's like TechWatch is more of House of Tech, and they have like different type of technology forums, and where they teach and then learn and stuff like that. DSC, it's like more of event driven. So we basically organize events with the help of resources that we get from Google, and we conduct those events. We help fellow developers not only at PS but around Bangalore, and evangelize and gain something from it. And ACM is a professional chapter, to be honest. It's like you get to know professionalism, you get to know how computer science thing works, research side oriented. So we know our cause in that particular format. So that's how being a part of three, it was never for me that I have to choose between one or two. All three are different. All three, at all the three places, we do different type of work, and that's how. So you should have a cause for sure. Without a cause, it's not a good idea to start one just for the name of start, right? Then you should have a cause. Once your cause is decided, have those 2-3 people who you can trust blindly to, because to manage you need help, you need people, right? Then after that, build one. After building one, create those meetups. Like for example, if your role for the community is just to help fellow developers, then create those doubt solving sessions, create those new upskilling sessions, have those meetups. Like you see that selfie, that's a Fresh Friday meetup that we have. So we used to have, so basically at every Friday we used to catch up and we used to discuss that, okay, what new should we do, what good should we do to grow this, how should we perform better, or how should we make it like how should we what else should we do that we help more developers in a more better way. So that type of discussion used to happen. We used to even discuss about how do we monetize this, because monetization of a community is like, it's growing right now. I've seen many community turn into organizations, and now they're gaining and stuff like that. We even used to discuss that. Just so a college student, or I'll not say college student, a college club discussing about all of that stuff, it's rare, to be honest. And it's like it comes up because I've been a part of, or me and my team has that community thing inside. So you should have that to help other people, to help your fellow developers. Then it's perfectly fine. Then it's great that you guys that you're doing something, right? So that's one thing. So after finding a cause, after building one, try sustaining it, try meeting them as often as possible. Don't have that thing inside, like people should feel free to talk to you if they want to talk to you. Being a community manager, you should be people friendly, right? That you should love talking to people, and I love talking to people. So you should have that thing in yourself as well, that right, that okay, I want to, if someone is coming me for asking me for help, or if asking me for some guidance or anything, any way I can help him around, that's like I'm giving it back to the community. So yeah, so that's what we aim for, and that's how I as a person aim for, that I should, whatever I've gained from all the community mentors who I have talked to, I should give it back to my fellow peers, right, as a student. So that's how you build a developer community. You can build a developer community by establishing a club, and then but run it as a community, because obviously as a college student you need acceptance from your college, right? So we also established it as a club, and then we run it as a community. So, and the difference between club and a community, right? So and if you see, we never had all of that stuff, that chair where kuch nahi tha. Like it's always like, okay, we're all community people, we're all here to help fellow developers. That was the only aim. And so if you see this is the brainstorming discussions that we used to create, have sessions in college where we used to teach. This is one of Pixel's AR/VR club that we have. We used to teach. We taught them how to build a small game using Unity. So that was back there in 2018, and then when we kickstarted this year again, 405 people attended. That was a huge thing. All the seminar halls full. We were hopping around seminar halls. Like our full team of 15, 20 people that we built in a year. We were hopping around seminar halls to let them know what TechWatch does or something like that. So it was a feeling that your product goes viral. ऐसी feeling थी. So it's amazing, to be honest. That feeling is, to be honest, very amazing. And it all credit goes to the community people, not me, because you never grow alone, but always with the community, right? So that's how you build a developer community. You find a cause. After finding a cause, you work on that cause and then start one. After starting it, and trust me, numbers don't matter. You can use find that 2-3 people who are really interested in. Like for example, Progate has I know Ankita and Yashraj manages the whole Progate community overall, as far as I know. So there's 2 people, but they're doing a wonderful job, right? So numbers don't matter in community industry. It's like how much you can contribute, how much you can manage, right? So those 2 are the 2 community managers, and they're doing they're like, it's like 1.6 million, if I was not wrong, was the last I saw when number of developers on Progate. So it's amazing, right? So that's how you should go about it. Like you should not care about numbers. You should care about the value that they provide. Like I am on like level 112, I guess. No, 48 was the last one I was at Webathon. So, and at 48 level, I was at like 4 minutes, like 4 days consistency. So, and I used to always hop back onto the platform. The platform is amazing. Progate is an amazing platform. But the reason I again hop back is the help that I get, the support that I get from Ankita and Yashraj, that okay, if you're stuck, we'll help you around. If you're stuck, we'll help you around. So, that kind of mentorship that happens is amazing. And that's how they're creating value out of it. This community, they Progate on Air sessions, learning jams, webathons, hour of code. They are creating a value for people. They're not just stuck to, okay, marketing, sponsoring ads on Instagram. No, they're really going to the field, helping fellow developers and creating a value out of themselves. So, that should be an aim. As a developer community manager or as a developer community enthusiast, your aim should not be catching those numbers, but your aim should be to help every developer who you can help out. Like I don't keep a count, but it's like every day if I can help 1 or 2 developers, my job is done. As a community manager, my job is done. Then I'll focus on what I do as a college student, right? So find a cause. After finding a cause, move ahead and then build one cause, sustain by organizing meetups, events, hackathons. If it's a developer community hackathons, it can be anything else. Like if you're a traveler community, go travel around and stuff like that. So, and then after that, so after sustaining, again, grow slowly, find the right people, and don't focus on numbers, but focus more on the values you create to the numbers. Like if you're a community of 500 people, but 400 people attend your meetups, and if you're a community of 4 lakh, but 40,000 attend your meetups, I'll go with the 500 one and not on the 1 lakh one, right? So that's how you should build a developer community. Vision is very important, and then cause is very important, and then you can kickstart your community journey anytime. It's like you can create an Instagram blogging page of you doing your computer science work. I have a page of my own, Daily Tech by Me. It's like it just says 19 posts, to be honest. It's like I'm blogging it there. I want to, and if someone takes help from the projects that I do, or someone from the work that I do, and then if I can help him back, I'm creating a community environment, right? So that's what you should not worry. Even one person can be can build a community, and even a team of 100 can build a community. Numbers don't matter, values matter, right? So I hope you know how do I build a community. It's simple. Find a cause. After finding a cause, gather your team, or if you feel like you can do it alone, go ahead, do it. Create those values among your people. Help as much as developers as possible. Help them out by sessions, workshops, anything that you feel like it's a small help. It can also be a Stack Overflow pe answer de diya. That's also a help, because you're a part of Stack Overflow community and you're helping other developers. So help them out, and then dheere you can grow out. Simple. It's don't complicate it. It's very simple. As a student developer community, you just have to focus on helping your fellow students. So that's all. Nothing more than that. As of now, nothing more than that. So I hope you know how do I build a developer community, or at least have a brief idea or the gist of building developer community. So don't worry about ki ye kya bolega, and what if it fails. If it fails, we are students, right? We have that advantage again. So don't worry about all of that stuff. It's never a failure in community, because you're always going to get those experiences, and you're going to always have this. You always have that connections and collaboration that you make in the networking events that you do. So yeah, take an advantage of that, right? So I hope you know how to have built a developer community. Now, the best question is like DevRel as a student. Now, this DevRel is a fascinating word. Even I back then, I didn't know what DevRel is. So there are these multiple career roles that I see: developer evangelist, technology evangelist, community manager, DevRel, um, community builder. All of this has different motives. Advocacy is when you advocate a product or something like that, or you help get those stuff. Evangelize is evangelizing developers, like you can helping out other developers. You're helping out like if I say I'm a machine learning evangelist, so what I do is I evangelize machine learning. I tell other people, I brand other people about machine learning कि हाँ ये machine learning के ये फायदे हैं और this is the advantages and stuff like that. So that's evangelism. Developer relations is like I'll just say, if you want to be a DevRel, remember the 3 C's. I'm fascinated by Arko Duty Sa, the Microsoft DevRel guy, who told very straight. Remember the 3 C's for DevRel. That's code, content, community. So I'll just tell you what DevRel as a student as you can do. I'll not say I'm a DevRel as of now, but yes, I'm helping other. I'm a DevRel as a student, yes, but I'm a DevRel as a professional. No, I don't work with brands, but yes, I am a developer relation guy, or I am a developer community guy, kind of a concept. So what you should do as if you want to be a DevRel as a student, you should first upskill your technical skills based on your interests. Like I love machine learning, so I'm on those Kaggle or firing my terminal and always be on my Jupyter notebook. I used to know what tech stack am I using to evangelize or to promote that tech stack, right? So I'll just say DevRel is not developer marketing. DevRel is not कि बस community बना दो developers की. If you can help your fellow developer, you are doing a bit of DevRel there. I'll just conclude that in this because it's a very complex term. I'll not say complex, but it's a very tricky term that even I don't have a complete answer for because I'm not that expert or the guy who can say that I'm an expert here. But as a DevRel, as a student, what I do is I help fellow developers and I upskill myself. I put out content in the form of my Instagram post. If you can see my Medium blogs, I blog a bit. I've just started blogging about it on Medium, putting up stories, evangelizing people. So I put out those content that can help other people. So what you do is you upskill yourself, then you put out that content, and then you build a community and contribute as much as you can. So I'm building and contributing. It's like 12th October. It's almost 2 years now. So yeah, I started in September, August, and I started my community journey, and here I am. So upskill yourself, put out those content, and then build a community and contribute as much as you can. And then attend and organize those hackathons. Like I'm organizing a hackathon this now October 31st in Genius. That's like one of the flagship events of PES UECC. So my main motive is to help fellow developers, build new stuff and stuff like that. So I've attended that hackathon. I'm organizing that hackathon. Our meetups, events, sessions, continuous engagement, Fresh Friday meetups. So DevRel as a student, you should focus on a tech stack or your interest, and then put out content, and then build a community around that so that you get a chance to meet those like-minded people, and then organize so that you can sustain and evangelize more and more people into your like-minded concerns, or help evangelizing that tech stack or a technology. And then numbers don't matter, value does. So how much value you create, how much value you create by helping out a developer, that's all it matters. So DevRel is a complex term, but I'll always say that if you know the 3 C's of DevRel as code, you should know how to code. I'll not say you should know how to code, you should understand and you should have that feeling to help out other developers. And if you know code, that's an advantage. Content, you should put out amazing content because people read your content. Like for example, if I want to build a to-do app, people will just go find on Medium, right, to-do app, and then like find blogs and contents, and then they pick that up, and then based on the guidance written in that blog, they'll follow up and then make a to-do app, right? So that content is very important, and and then build a community and contribute as much as you can, like because you have gained the knowledge and now it's your time to give it back to the community, right? So yeah, upskill your technical skills, put out content, and then build a community around it, and then attend and organize those meetups to have among your community members, value your community members, have those meetups, events, sessions going on, and engage as much as you can with the community, right? And then yes, numbers don't matter, value does, as I said. You should focus on helping more and more. And then yes, you're a DevRel as a student if you run a technical community and you are putting out that content and you're coding as well. So DevRel is a fascinating term, to be honest. But yeah, you can kickstart your DevRel journey by being a part of this thing. Like for example, being a Progate community intern is a kickstarting your developer journey. Is a kickstarting your DevRel journey at one sense, right? Because you're maintaining those relations with the developer. You're helping out developers. That's what developer relations is, right? So again, it's a fascinating thing, but you can take baby steps, start a bit. I have started my DevRel journey a bit by helping out people, by helping out fellow developers, by organizing those hackathons, events, meetups. Yeah, and it's a long journey. So yeah. So DevRel as a student, focus on your tech stack, put out content, build a community, and attend and organize it so to grow and sustain and evangelize. And yes, remember the 3 C's. I'll always remember Arco's 3 C's formula for DevRel: code, content, communities. If you're doing this, doing a good job, don't worry about anything else. Yeah. And yeah, you never grow alone, but always with a community. So shoot your questions. And if you want to code and connect with me, you can always go on to, I've just created a bit.ly link because the link didn't match in my PPT. I'm a college student, thoda jugaad. So yeah, Meet Shah, if you go, you'll find on LinkedIn, bit.ly/meet LinkedIn. And I'm active on Twitter, GitHub, Instagram as well. Meet1906199 is my Twitter handle. Meet19061 is my GitHub handle. And Meet1906 is my Instagram handle. So if you know what is 1906, 19 June is my birthday. So yeah. And that's a group picture of our ACM event post Oktoberfest. So yeah, contributing there and shoot your questions there. I hope. Yeah.
Wow. That was really good, Meet. Like I was continuously active during the whole session because I could relate to you. So yeah, that was really good. So if students who are live on the chat, if you have any questions for Meet, please feel free to ask on the chats itself. And after that, we can conclude the session. So yeah. So Meet, do you have any like message for the beginners in this particular field who want to grow? Like I know you have mentioned about like everything that they should start small, which I also believe in. But your own personal message, if you want to share with them who are starting off.
If you want to start off, don't worry about other people's community numbers. Numbers don't matter. It's like when I was starting off, there was already a community running in my college which had around 200 people plus. But I should not focus on that. My vision is clear. I have had sessions where I used to have only one people in the session coming up. I have had a session where no one came, but we used to sit there from 3:30 to 5 post college. Yeah, koi bhi aayega chalega. And then we used to put out our content to ourselves itself sometimes, So don't worry about whether people come or not. You should just keep doing what you're doing because you are doing as the sake of your community, right? You're giving it back. So don't worry. It's difficult to be honest to create a community of first 100 is always difficult. As first job is always difficult. First 100 is always difficult. So, first 100 members, it's going to be difficult. But if you're continuously giving them value, trust me, those 100 will stay. And right now, till date, they have stayed with me. So, and they will stay, to be honest. So, as a beginner, I would just say, keep your vision clear and keep doing what you're doing. Keep helping out fellow developers. Keep like if you're a web developer enthusiast and you want to create a web developer community, create a small website, have those meetups coming up. With people you should not care about that. You should keep doing your job. Baad mein dekha jayega. Yeah.
That's so true. That's so true. Even I have this belief that you should start small. It's not necessary that in one event or in your first event, like 100, 200 people are participating. Even if it's one student, and if sometimes it happens that no one turns up, right?
Yeah.
So that is also fine. You should not get demotivated. So I really appreciate your thoughts, Meet, like whatever experiences you have shared as the being a community member in your particular college club. So I really appreciate that. And I would like to thank you for coming in on live with us today and like sharing your experiences with our fellow community members. And I really hope like even one of you can go back, like it will be really good if even if one of you can go back and implement these knowledge and experiences to start your own community at your college. So that will be a success for us sharing about this session. So thank you, Meet, and thank you everyone who had joined today. So Meet, do you want to conclude with anything?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, you mentioned about that, right? That if anyone, so it's always said that if
Yeah.
uh, if any, like I've always been told by my senior that if you can even motivate one junior to do something or to that's your college life is successful. So if
Yeah.
only one person gets motivated and gets kickstarted in this journey, our job is done here. Yeah,
That's so true. That's so true. I truly believe this. I think, Amit, we have questions. I thought that we don't have questions. So,
sure, sure.
Harsh is asking, what can be those causes, and how can I find it with other people?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
sure. So consider that cause is that I was stuck in a problem. I'm doing competitive coding as of now. I'm preparing for my placements. I'm doing a competitive coding session, right? And I'm stuck with the problem, and it's happening twice or thrice. Now there's a problem here because I'm not finding the right mentorship or the right person who can teach me that. So what you can do is you can start a competitive coding community. That okay, all we'll do is discuss problems there. That's how we started our competitive coding community. We the programmers. So we used to discuss our problems there. Problem like we used to always come up in that meetup. एक problem लेके आते थे and everyone used to put out their solutions like brute force or any other algorithms that we used to put up, and that became a cause for us to to have organizing weekly contest and then to make it as a college codeathon. So you start small by finding that cause, finding what interests you. Like for example, if you are a machine learning enthusiast, start a machine learning community, but be very clear that you are focused on machine learning itself. So in future you can divert yourself to other tech stack, but your cause of the community is a data science or a machine learning community. So all the machine learning enthusiasts, feel free to join us, and you collaborate with them. You ask them how do help me out, and you both help out each other. It's like more of a friendship here, that I'll help you, you help me, I'll help you help me. So that's how it begins. 2 say 4, 4 to 8. It's a two power and iteration going on. And so you find a cause by finding your interest, or you finding a problem. There are two ways to find a cause. Either you have a problem or an interest. So you do that, and afterwards, what was the second part of the question?
So it was, how can I find it with other people?
Yeah, that's the most difficult one, to find a vibe with other people. So what I did was, I basically I put out we put out an Instagram post saying that okay, we're starting a community of tech of this 4 domains. People interested, join in. And then they filled the form. We used to talk to them. We used to get a sense about are they really interested, or are they just coming for the namesake. You get to sense there itself. So if you're in the college, you should just put out a word. There's always college communication channels or anywhere, or you can even go to meetup, like attend those community meetups. Like it's not like we are working on some next level technologies that आया ही नहीं है अभी तक. So if you are working on machine learning, be a part of one data science community, like the Kaggle days meetup happening in Bangalore or anywhere if you're there. And all are happening virtual now, so anyone can be participating in anywhere, right? So attend those, be a community member first, or if you don't find any global communities there, it's always like you can always be a part of Reactor, GDG, Progate, anywhere, right? So go there, attend, try to sense out what people are asking from you. For example, if I have attended a machine learning meetup, it's always going to be like वहाँ पे सब machine learning, people are going to talk about machine learning, right? So you'll get a sense about how people approach you, and then you can take it from there. Or for me, it was simple. I just put out an Instagram post that we have 4 forums here. Feel free to join us, and then we used to talk with them, and then it built out. We didn't care about what his domain is. Because in first talk, it's very rare to judge out whether he or she matches my mindset or not. But it's not too late to try out, right? It's not impossible to try out. I can always try out. It's like I met 100 people and then found a team of 10 who really match my vibe. So and it's always said 9 out of 10 people are always going to be the people who are just going to be like, just sit there. But those 10 people are your people. Those 10 people are the people that will brand you, that will help you at every stage. So focus on that 10 people who match your vibe. And it's again similar to finding a job. You keep finding the right people until you get a job, right? So you keep finding the right people. And right now with LinkedIn, GitHub, Twitter, it's easy. You just have to write the hashtag of your interest or a cause, and you'll get people who follow that domain, and then you can keep following them, kind of a concept.
Yeah, that's so true. Uh, we have one more question from Harsh, that in the present scenario, while virtual events have made it easier to reach to a wider audience, but somewhere it comes at a cost of communication, activeness. So any suggestion for resolving that issue?
Yeah, sure. So we used to have Fresh Friday meetups that used to happen offline, right? Now what we do is I'm organizing a hackathon on 31st October. Okay, and what we do is we have thoughtful Thursdays. So at 8 o'clock, by mutual conclusion, sending out a form, polling it out, get okay at 8 o'clock. Maximum people were like, we are free on Thursdays at 8 o'clock. So at Thursdays at 8 o'clock, we try to catch up as many people as can. Like it's not compulsive कि तुम्हें आना ही है. It's like you catch up and then talk about stuff. And that's how we talk about, because you cannot expect everyone to join in, because it's a compulsive. Then it's like it's more of an employee kind of thing. But being a community is voluntarily. If I wanna come, I'll come. So for the communication channels, there are always like Discord, Slack. I know people are inactive, but focus on the people who reply, and do not focus on the people who don't reply. So focus on the people who scenes on you. Don't focus on them. Focus on the people who really replies to you, who really creates value out of you. As I told, 1 out of 10 will reply in a community of 10. Only one, but you have to focus on that one, because he's going to create value for you. If you can help that, even that one person, your job is done there. So that communication channel, have those communication channels, have those constant meetups. Even if no one attends, be there. Bas call pe raho. It's like, because it's virtual. So if anyone is free, and if someone joins, help him out. Okay, let's discuss things. Today's agenda was this, and it's all. And you do 2 meetups from your side. The third meetup is going to be a community member. He's going to be like, now this I'm going to take it. So it'll happen slowly, but it'll happen. So focus on the people who reply to you, and not focus on the people who scenes on you. Yeah, like as a student, we all get that.
True, true, true. Wow, that's amazing. Like that is like a true story. Like I think this has come up from your experience itself. That is why you're able to share it with them. So yeah, I think we are done with the questions for like we have seen the questions also in the chats. We are done with the questions. So yeah, thank you, Meet, for
Thank you.
again for joining today. And thank you everyone who have been there with us and were active and were asking questions. So we will be coming up with more Progate On Air sessions in the coming future. So stay connected. Thank you, Meet. Goodbye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you so much, guys. And yeah, have a nice one. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ankita and Progate, for giving me this opportunity.
Sure. Yeah, Meet. So the stream